to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 303. So before I get started with finished objects and things, I will tell you what I am wearing. The first thing is this neck cowl. It is a kerchief style cowl, which means, I'll take this off for a minute so you can see it. It goes around the neck and just hooks in the back. And this is what the pattern looks like. This pattern is actually one of mine. It's called Katrina's Kerchief Cowl. And it's a very easy pattern. So it has some like little holes at the top, right in here. And then some ribbing and some eyelet and some seed stitch. And so there it is. So that's the first thing. And then I was at staff day today at work where my cat hats were sold. And when I left, I saw all but one. The turkey hat was the only one I saw that had not been sold. It was sitting by itself on the table. So I'm assuming the other ones got sold. I don't know. But anyway, it was in an arena, like a farm show arena. So it was a little cool. So I wore this sweater. This is the Barton cardigan by Marley Bird, and this is literally cabled all the way around the sleeves, the back, and down the front. I will hold this up a little closer so you can kind of see it. So that's what it looks like. It's probably one of the most intricate patterns that I have done as a cardigan because it does have gussets on the sides under the arms, so it does have kind of an A line to it. It kind of flares out a little bit. The only thing I would change if I made it again, the initial pattern was for 3/4 length sleeves and I made them full length sleeves, but it just calls for like the little sweater clips to hold it shut. And if I made this again, which I might, but if I made this again, I would put buttons on it just because it would be easier, because this is constantly flying open and the sweater clips tend to unclip, and so I don't even use them. But it's wool and it feels really good, and it felt really good in the arena today when it was a little chilly. So let's get started with what I have got for my finished object. I do have one finished object, which is a good thing. This is the virus shawl that I was working on last week. So it's all done, and this one is almost all different shades of purple, and then it goes to kind of a deep blue at the very last section. You can see it across here. My other virus shawls that I made, I had 3 other ones. Those have all been sold. One sold at the craft show, and 2 of them sold the other day. A former co-worker of mine bought 2 of those and a neck scarf that I had. And she actually commissioned something else, which I will show you in my works in progress. So this is my finished object, and it will be going to the craft fair that we're doing, Kim and I are doing together in December. So yeah, that's done. Then let's move on to crochet. So crochet I made, whoops, I dropped one. This is part of my table runner, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares that I made this week. This one is not attached yet. And I actually did a single crochet around the edges, and then I joined them. So it'll be 2 rows, alternating. So there'll be blue, yellow, blue. So you get the idea. So those will be, and it's going to be longer yet. I have enough, I believe, for 20, so it'll be 10 rows of 2 all the way down. And then I will use the extra yarn I have that's coming in these 2, the yellow and the blue, and I also have extra white that I will be like circling the edges all with once it's all hooked together. So, and it was funny because I was talking about this and somebody made a comment, oh, the idea of blocking all those granny squares, and then it dawned on me, I didn't even think about blocking them, but yes, this is this is not an acrylic, so technically it could be blocked. It's holding its shape pretty well, so I think I'd be fine. If I do block it, I will probably wait until I have the entire thing hooked together and then block it. I do have what are called blocking rods, which are like real long steel pieces that you can weave through and then block that steel strip down, so you know you can get a nice straight edge. So that's my crochet project. And then I have the poncho that I have been working on, and I've gotten quite a ways this week. This is where I was at last week, and so I have done another about 2 inches, about up to here, so about 2 inches, and you can really start to see the chevron pattern. So it's smaller. This is the bottom, so if it's on, it's going to be from the top down, and you can see that the chevrons start small and then they get bigger as it goes down. So yeah, I've been working on that. It's coming right along. And then I have one other project, and this is the project that my friend commissioned me to make. All of the craft sale items are sitting in the back of my trunk of my car. And so she was looking through them, and she saw that I had a hitchhiker, which is like a shawlette, and it was done by Martina Bem. I actually have made several of this pattern. It is a paid-for pattern. I've made it so many times. I think I made one for my mother, one for my daughter, one for my daughter-in-law. I had one of them which I ripped out because it was entirely too big. And then I have the yarn advent calendar that I made in July, the Christmas in July advent calendar. That was also made from the hitchhiker pattern. So she saw that pattern, but she didn't care for the yarn because it was like a chartreuse and a turquoise. And she says, well, I like the pattern, but I don't think I'd like the yarn. And I happened to be wearing, in the office the other day when she came in, I was actually wearing the yarn advent calendar one, and she said, oh, I really like that one. I really like that pattern and how it lays on your neck. So I said, well, I have some choices of yarn. You look through and pick what you want. So this is what I'm making. This is what the hitchhiker looks like. It is an asymmetrical shawlette. It's not something you're going to wrap around your shoulders because it doesn't get very deep. It only gets about 12 inches at the most. So it's definitely around the neck. Now the yarn I am using, this is some yarn from Hobium Yarns, which is from Turkey. It does have stellina in it, so it does have sparklies in it. You can see it there. And I have made a sweater. And I have made a sweater from this once before. I still have it. This yarn itself, the yarn feels fairly soft. I don't know if it's the stellina or there is a slight bit of wool in here, but I found that when, there's a little gnat or something in here. I did find that when it was around my neck that it bothered me a little bit. So I did tell her about that ahead of time, but she figures she's going to be wearing it over top of a shirt. It's not going to be a big issue. And the sweater that I made is a short sleeve sweater, so I think if I wore it, I would wear something underneath it just to keep the itchies away. I'm not allergic to wool, but I don't know if it's the stellina or what it is that's in it, but something scratchy feeling. So, but to just touch the yarn, it's very, very soft. It almost has like a mohair in it because it has quite a bit of halo to it, which means there's lots of fuzzies popping up off of it. So that is what I am working on. What have you been working on this week? acquisitions, I have a new set of crochet hooks. If you want the full review, you can click the link right here and that will take you to it. But I got this from Annie's craft store. It retails for $19.99. And it has hook sizes, let me think. The smallest, it goes up to 6.5. It starts at 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 all the way up to 6.5. It is rechargeable and it is a light up hook. Where's the button? Here's the button. It is a light up hook. I doubt I would ever light it up, in all honesty. I feel like E.T. phone home. Anyway, yeah. Every time I see it, that's the first thing that crosses my mind. It is ergonomic. It has two settings. It has a dim and a bright light. And the way this is a rubber and this is plastic. So the grippy part is rubber, and I hold my crochet hook like this, and it fits right into the curve of my hand, just right, and here with no problem. It's fairly comfortable. And if I crocheted like this, it still would be comfortable because the edge of my hand actually falls where this is. So it is ergonomic for either way you hold your hand. It is an interchangeable set, as you can see here. They are plastic. That's the only thing I'm not crazy about because I really prefer metal hooks. But I did use it a little bit and I didn't seem to have any problem with it. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Now I have this one that's hooked in, and it's actually not an inline hook. It's slightly offset. So the hook itself is not like directly facing you. It's off to the side slightly. I prefer the inline hooks, but I can work with this fine. And it was free. They gave it to me, so I'm not going to complain. But anyway, yeah, if you want to see the full review, like I said, you can click that link and check it out. But that is my acquisition. Now we have a couple of videos coming up this week. Wednesday, I have finally finished the craft room upstairs with my new storage unit. The only thing I am missing yet is to get some labels to put on each of the cubes have a little door, and I want to put a label of what's in there so I can find it easier. So I do need to get some labels for it at this point, but I was even able to clear out some of what is back on this cube as well. So yeah, and there's still more room up there. There's not much, but there is still some room up there. So I was real happy with how things turned out. So make sure you tune in Wednesday to be able to see how I got it organized. And then Thursday, I had asked last week if you all would be interested in me doing a purse review or pocketbook review of what my favorite pocketbooks are that I'm currently using. And several of you said, yes, you are just like me, you love bags. So Thursday's video, there will be a pocketbook review. So I'm going to show you two bags that I've gotten just recently, actually 3 bags that I've just gotten recently. One's not for me, it's for my daughter, and there's another one for my daughter-in-law that are identical. So we'll look at those together. I actually haven't taken those out of the bag. But yeah, so we'll review those, and they have lots of pockets. We all like zippers and pockets. Yeah, we all like lots of pockets. At least I do. I like to have things organized so I don't have to put things in bags inside the bag. So yeah, those are nice. And then I'm also going to review my favorite tote bags. So that will be Thursday's video. Now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section, there are 2 sales that I know of that are going on. The first one is a month-long sale from Knit Picks, which is also We Crochet. They are currently running until the 21st of November, a 60% or up to 60% off their yarn. The links to all the sales I'm going to talk about are down in the description box below. I am an affiliate for them, so I do get a commission, which helps support the channel. So I do appreciate if you buy through those links. It helps out. But anyway, yeah, up to 60% off of yarn until the 21st of November. But they're also running, like every couple days, a different sale as well. So right now, this weekend, they are running $10 for yarn, if I'm reading this right, $10 for yarn bowls and winders, and $15 for spindles. So yeah, no coupon code needed or anything. That is Knit Picks. Now here is, they're having a big super sale on Tuesday. One that I'm definitely going to check out because they are going to be selling some yarns for $1, $3, and $5. I'm not expecting it to be their high dollar yarns, but Knit Picks doesn't really have any cheap stuff. As far as cheap quality, they really don't. So I'm anxious to see what they put up for sale for those discounted prices. So make sure you watch for my little yellow and black video that will pop up on Tuesday to let you know what exactly is on sale. So that is Knit Picks. Lion Brand this weekend is running a sale, so it ends on Sunday. They are running 35% off of yarn and kits. They run the sale fairly regularly, but you do need to use a coupon code. It's 35NOVYK. So it's 35 November Yarn Kit. So yeah, it's 35% off of yarn and their kits. And a kit would be the pattern with the yarn included. So that is Lion Brand. Those are the two sales that I am aware of right now. And if I find other ones, I will let you know. So that is it for this Saturday's video. And so make sure you are watching on Tuesday for that little sales video that's going to pop up so we can all check out together what our $1, $3, and $5 skeins of yarn going to look like over at Knit Picks. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday and Thursday. Bye, everybody.